A humid night cloaks Lagos in electric haze. A drone skims over zinc-roofed labyrinths, closing in on a crumbling compound where battered loudspeakers spit raw brass. The bass line kicks, a siren wails, and a disembodied voice slices the dark. If the government won't listen, we'll make them dance. A match strikes, sparks flare, and as the needle hits vinyl, the screen goes black. Only the voice remains, daring us to stay for the next beat. 30 seconds, and the stakes are set. Love what you're watching? Scan the QR to join the community. The film's lens pulls back to ask a primal question. Why does rhythm so often become rallying cry? Sociologists will tell you that songs travel faster than manifestos. Revolutionaries reply that nothing moves a crowd like a groove. From Lagos to Minneapolis, autotune has joined the megaphone, and choruses now double as hashtags. At the crossroads of art and agitation sits an idea older than drums themselves. When power hardens, melody sharpens into a weapon. Few understood that alchemy better than Fela and Kuti, the sax-wielding firebrand who welded high-life horn lines to James Brown funk and baptized it Afrobeat. By 1977, his LP Zombie was blasting from every molybus, mocking soldiers as mindless automatons. Days after its Nigerian release, more than 1,000 troops stormed Fela's Kalakuta Republic, beating the bandleader, throwing his mother from a window, and torching his commune, proof that satire could wound as surely as bullets. In the charred aftermath, Fela loaded his mother's coffin into a Land Rover and drove it to Army headquarters. Cameras rolled while he sang "Coffin for Head of State," transforming grief into indictment. The junta banned his records. Bootlegs multiplied. Inside smoky clubs from Dakar to Detroit, DJs dropped zombie and crowds learned Nigerian pidgin just to chant "Zombie no go think" at their own police. Censorship only amplified the chorus. Over 4 decades, that blueprint echoed across continents. In apartheid South Africa, Miriam Makiba's exiled voice smuggled news past censors. In Jamaica, Bob Marley's "Get Up, Stand Up" became street liturgy. Across the American South, James Brown's "Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud" scored civil rights marches. Each anthem borrowed something from Fela's playbook: fearless lyrics, irresistible groove, and the public spectacle of performance as protest. Nigeria's return to civilian rule in 1999 promised freer speech, yet corruption thrived. A new hip-hop generation, educated, wired, restless, began sampling Fela's defiance. In 2018, rapper-lawyer Falz released "This Is Nigeria," a sardonic remake of Childish Gambino's viral hit. Dancers in hijabs dabbed beside robed preachers, kidnappers waved guns, and Falz rapped about bribes, power cuts, and police checkpoints. Regulators fined stations that played it. The video rocketed past 25 million streams, turning suppression into publicity. 2 years later, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, was accused of routine torture and extrajudicial killings. In October 2020, youth flooded streets nationwide under the hashtag #EndSARS, playlists blaring from power banks. Falz's track "Johnny," written months earlier about police bullets, suddenly felt prophetic. Its video spliced real footage of protesters lying in pools of blood. On 20 October 2020, soldiers opened fire at Lagos's Lekki toll gate. Within 24 hours, Burna Boy dropped 2010-20, overlaying gunshots and sirens atop a mournful groove, naming the dead, damning the state. The song raced through Telegram channels faster than official statements, its title date forever stamped on digital memory. International superstars echoed the outrage, proving Nigerian beats had global bandwidth. Offline, government tactics looked eerily familiar to Fela's era. Tear gas, confiscated cameras, midnight arrests. Online, artists fought on new fronts. Instagram live broadcasts from protest grounds, Twitter spaces parsing legal rights, TikTok dance challenges that smuggled slogans past algorithmic gatekeepers. The melody megaphone had become a multimedia arsenal. The state tried old tricks, court injunctions, broadcast fines, cybercrime summons, but the songs kept coming. In March 2023, Falz teamed with Vector for Yakubu, named after the Electoral Commission chairman. Over sinister strings they rapped, Ned Fraudster Udayak, accusing officials of rigging ballots. The track dropped days after a disputed vote. Its video crossed 1 million views in 48 hours. The comment section a rolling town hall. Lyrical insurgency, however, is more than viral metrics. Researchers at the University of Lagos mapped Spotify streams during the protests and found spikes preceding major marches. Music literally tempo-setting mobilization. Community organizers swapped megaphones for Bluetooth speakers, knowing a chorus could synchronize footfalls better than any whistle. When curfews fell, impromptu street choirs sang Fela's Sorrow, Tears, and Blood, phones lighting the night like constellations. Yet protest songs carry risk. Falz's father, renowned rights lawyer Femi Falana, once defended Fela in court. Today, he prepares briefs for artists charged under cybercrime laws for lyrics likely to cause public disturbance. In 2019, police raided the Shrine, Fela's old club, citing drug searches. Witnesses said officers unplugged the PA-knit song. The more lyrics sting, the more likely the plug is pulled. Still, the marketplace often sides with dissent. Streaming platforms report surges whenever news erupts. After the Lekki shootings, Falz's catalog streamed 185% higher worldwide. Burna Boy's grew 245%. Labels now court conscious acts for their engagement metrics, even as artists tread the line between message and marketing. Critics ask, can a protest track sponsored by a telecom still be revolutionary? The beat answers by remaining blunt. Listen to the crowd singing along. Protest music has also widened its lens. During #Endesearas, LGBTQ+ activists marched with rainbow placards reading Queer Lives Matter. When some protesters objected, queer rapper Temi Awasa dropped a freestyle on Instagram, splicing Yoruba chants with pride slogans, forcing the movement to confront its own biases. Women led donation hubs, coordinated medical aid, and wrote jingles that blended nursery rhyme melodies with bail fund information. Outside Nigeria, diaspora artists remix the struggle. In London clubs, DJ Edu blends Fela horns into grime bass lines. In Atlanta, Nigerian-American poet Jojo Abad chants Lekki, we see you over trap beats. Each iteration proves portability. Injustice is local, but anger is export-ready. Academics note a feedback loop. Protests spur songs. Songs archive protests. Fela's vinyl sleeve once served as pamphlet. Now an MP3's metadata doubles as historian's footnote. Ethnomusicologists catalog sample choices. Why Burna quotes military radio chatter. Why Falz layers talking drums under courtroom sound bites, treating tracks as sonic primary sources. Governments, too, are learning. Algorithms scrub video platforms of incitement, yet official campaign ads hire Afrofusion producers to lend credibility. A minister tweets pictures at a studio, headphones on, captioned jamming with the youths. The dance between power and counterpower grows choreographically complex. Tonight, our camera returns to the compound where we started. Morning is near, but the streets keep humming. A young saxophonist noodles Fela riffs beside a generator's drone. A teenage girl streams Falz lyrics to TikTok while weaving braids. Overhead, the drone eye pans outward, capturing Lagos as a living circuit board of lights and late-night traffic. The narrator whispers, the next anthem is already writing itself. Whose side will it choose? The screen cuts to black, the bass drops, and we hold our breath for the first note of whatever comes after. A single LED pulse throbs in darkness, syncs to a heartbeat at 120 BPM. A robotic voice counts down, 3, 2, on. And the LED explodes into a wall of holographic graffiti. Faces of Fela, Falz, and a dozen unnamed teenagers vanish in milliseconds, replaced by the word LISTEM. Digital rain cascades, the bass detonates, and the scene zooms into a microchip the size of a Naira coin. 30 seconds in, we discover our new battleground, the circuitry of tomorrow's protest. If the first film mapped how lyrics travel streets, The sequel asks what happens when the street goes virtual. In 2026, Nigeria flicks on 5G nationwide. In the slums of Ajigunle, pirated phones flash with anonymous music-sharing apps that hop Bluetooth, Wi-Fi direct, and ultrasonic tone transfers. No data plan needed. Songs now seep through walls like moisture. Our narrator introduces Kuti, a 19-year-old producer codenamed Pig Zero, who builds beats in a shipping container studio powered by stolen solar panels. His tracks sample police body cam audio scraped from darknet leaks. Every snare crack is an officer's shouted order. Every hi-hat and electronic taser click. When Kuti uploads the EP Echoes of Evidence, it surfaces on streaming sites via a rotating constellation of mirror accounts. Each takedown spawns 2 more uploads, protest music adopting the Hydra tactics of hacktivism. Global ears tune in fast. In Seoul, a K-pop idol interlaces an Echoes loop beneath a dance floor anthem. In Sao Paulo, favela funk DJs warp it to 150 BPM. For the first time, Nigerian street samples chart in countries whose listeners can't place Nigeria on a map. Protest goes planetary not by lyrics alone, but by raw, heavy sonics that dodge translation. Back home, police respond in frequencies, not court orders. They deploy long-range acoustic devices, military sound cannons that blast painful tones to disperse crowds. Activists counter with handheld anti-cannons, plywood horns fitted with phase cancellation mix, hacked by university physics majors. When authorities fire their sonic beam, protesters fire theirs. The plaza fills with eerie silence as waves neutralize each other. The showdown resembles an invisible lightsaber duel, witnessed only by trembling windows. Intercut is the story of Aisha Bala, a northern Hausa folk singer who lost her brother to bandit militias. Streaming live from her compound in Kaduna, she composes lullabies about kidnapped schoolgirls, auto-tunes them onto airy trap percussion, and tags the files #BringThemSafe. Viewers clip her refrains, remix them into drill beats, and post location-based AR murals of missing children. Each download logs GPS coordinates, eventually plotting the malicious suspected safe houses. Music performs reconnaissance. Government censors adapt, passing the Harmonic Integrity Bill that fingerprints every officially released track with inaudible watermarks. Unlicensed songs ping AI crawlers and trigger fines. Artists reply with chaos keys, sub-bass notes below 20 Hz that scramble watermark detectors but spare human ears. In crowded clubs, the floor vibrates like an aftershock, and the bouncers grin because they know the algorithm is deaf. We visit the University of Ibadan's Music Psych Lab, where researchers attach EEG caps to volunteers listening to old Fela vinyl and new algorithm-generated protest loops. Brain scans reveal synchronized gamma waves at moments of collective chant, hinting at a neurological basis for solidarity. The lead scientist predicts future rallies will deploy neural-optimized choruses capable of locking thousands of brains in phase. Literal mind sync. Meanwhile, corporate Nigeria wants in. A beverage giant sponsors a Revolution rap battle reality show, promising unsigned talents a record deal. Contestants rhyme about corruption under strobe lights and branded banners. Critics accuse the show of commodifying rage. Ratings soar regardless. One finalist, 17-year-old Nonso Blaze, signs the contract only to leak his own NDA online with the caption, "They can't trademark Fury." The leak trends #1. The show's finale becomes its funeral, and Nonso uploads his debut single Clause 0, recorded on a borrowed laptop in one take. It tops Apple Music NG in 12 hours. Storm clouds gather off-screen. Intelligence reports warn of extremist groups weaponizing the same tactics. Recruitment jingles cloaked as dancehall. AI voices that mimic popular activists to spread disinformation. Our documentary crew follows ethical hackers who watermark truth with spectral signatures identifiable by public domain phone apps. The arms race is now sonic, informational, ideological. As the third act unfurls, Lagos prepares for its first fully digital election. Ballots are cast on blockchain kiosks. Results iterate in real time. Kuti and Aisha headline a silent vigil, A concert where speakers transmit ultrasound unheard by police, but captured on spectators' bone conduction earbuds. Tens of thousands stand in apparent quiet while vibing to subaudible anthems that chant, "We are counting, we are watching." Drones hover but pick up nothing but wind. Election night. Early returns show a once marginal youth party edging ahead. Rumors hint at a last-minute data center fire. Protest playlists update automatically. Nanso Blaze streams an unreleased verse that accuses the Interior Minister of sabotage before journalists break the story. In a downtown control room, officials scramble to trace the leak, but the verse is already remixed into 100 TikTok clips. Each pitch shifted, time stretched, and rendered immune to takedown bots. The final scene mirrors the first. Dawn spills over the lagoon, but instead of one compound, we glide above rooftops sprouting dish antennas like jungle fungi, each node feeding the next. The camera dives back into a microchip, this one pulsing crimson. A narrator breathes, sound made us move, code made us multiply. What will power do when silence itself becomes a song? The chip's surface cracks like vinyl. Darkness floods the screen. And in that hush, somewhere between infrasonic rumble and ultrasonic hiss, we swear we hear the opening bar of a track that hasn't been written, yet already aches to be sung. Want to see more? Scan the QR to join the community.